All right, now do you want me to go?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, everyone. My name's Phoenix. I am a grateful recovering debtor, and my recovery in DA started in September 1990, and I've been working on my solvency since then. I have not incurred unsecured debt. Also, I just want to say that I've been attending the same DA meeting in Albuquerque for 26 years, and I was a former board member. I take the steps seriously. I've worked the steps 5 times in Debtors Anonymous for myself in those 30 years. When I share, it's speaking for me. I'm not a scholar of the steps, and I'm not speaking for DA as a whole. I refreshed today. I reread step 2 in the 12 and 12 from Alcoholics Anonymous, where I got my start in 1987. And if I had not, this is my story. If I had not gotten sober and laid down other things, I would, first of all, not be alive, and I would not have realized I was a debtor. I would not be here. So that I want to give gratitude to the Father program. And so I'm going to read a few things and share how they apply to my recovery. Let's see. These, I chuckled a few today. I've underlined these many times since 87, but I'm going to change the words to debtors, but it says, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. It said, first of all, Debtors Anonymous does not demand that we believe anything. All of the 12 steps are but suggestions. So that was meaningful to me because I was a people pleaser and a perfectionist, and I thought I had to do everything perfectly. And I really was kind of a do-gooder in the beginning because I was scared shitless that I believe debtors and debting is a fatal illness, just like alcoholism. So that's how I take it, that we can die from this disease. So the higher power thing, I didn't have a religious upbringing. I didn't really think about God. I didn't really want to know God. And when I saw like the word God in the 12 steps, I just had to blank it out my first year. I thought it's a cult, or they're going to try to convert me, or this is crap. I don't believe them. However, it does say in here that this was me. Some of us have tried faith and found it wanting. We have tried the way of faith and no faith, and we have found both bitterly disappointing. And there's no place for us to go. So the roadblocks of indifference, fancied self-sufficiency, prejudice, and defiance often prove more solid and formidable for these people than any erected by the unconvinced agnostic or even the militant atheist. Religion says the existence of God can be proved. The agnostic says it can't be proved, and the atheist claims proof of the non-existence of God. Obviously, the dilemma of the wanderer from faith is that of profound confusion. He thinks himself lost to the comfort of any conviction at all. He cannot attain in even a small degree the assurance of the believer, the agnostic, or the atheist. He's the bewildered one. And I put me. I didn't have any faith really, but I just didn't think any religion or spirituality would work for me. And like I said, I didn't really want anything to do with it. So when I got here and I saw that, I was lost, and I was like scared. However, again, it says here, we thought the will to win would carry us through, but then debting began to have its way with us. Finally, when all our scorecards read 0 and we saw that one more strike would put us out of the game forever, We had to look for our lost faith. It was in DA we rediscovered it, and so can you. Again, I like that it says God of our understanding. There's no religion here. There's no mention of any deities or other things. And I needed to hear that over and over and over again to trust that AA or DA was not trying to pull one over on me and give me something that I had to adhere to. I definitely am an anarchist, and I'm going to push away any authority figures. I will. So I'm glad everyone is equal. Let's see. This was also about me. At no time had we asked what God's will was for us. Instead, we had been telling him what it ought to be. No man we saw could believe in God and defy him too. Belief meant reliance, not defiance. And, the principle to step 2 is hope. And I had a little hope from my other rooms, but the money thing, I want to just tell you, for me, is the core issue. I have many other isms. I'm in many programs for even over 30 years. But security, money, just not being homeless, and it's my God. It's my God. Not now, but I didn't know how deep it was. And I would say I was scared even in the first 20 years. Honestly, I really still had an inner, like a little bit that things are not going to work out for me. I mean, they were, but I still was scared because of things that I believed from my childhood, that I'll be homeless.
Oh.
Do I have 2 more minutes? Or was
You
that,
actually have 3 minutes left.
3? Okay. So, I want to just read a few more things. We soon concluded that whatever price in humility we must pay, we would pay. And the answer has to do with the quality of faith, not its quantity. And finally, I say, and we had never in no deep or meaningful sense had we ever taken stock of ourselves, made amends to those we had harmed, or freely given to any other human being without any demand for reward. We had always said, grant me my wishes instead of thy will be done. The love of God and man we understood not at all. Therefore, we remained self-deceived and so incapable of receiving enough grace to restore us to sanity. So it ends with true humility and an open mind can lead us to faith in every AA meeting, an assurance DA meeting that God will restore us to sanity if we rightly relate ourselves to him. And in the DA book, something about we just couldn't swallow that we were insane. Oh, we're like, we have problems with money, but insanity, isn't that a little melodramatic? Yes, but it's true. It's a deadly disease. And I'll end with this. My concept of a higher power, as I understood, has continually evolved since my day one in my first program in '86. I think it's a mystery. I do have certain beliefs. I could say things that divine interventions have happened. My recovery is one example. There's no way in hell it could have happened without something greater than myself. And that through the ups and downs of life, with some challenges that I've had, to stay solvent and to keep coming back and being of service and loving DA. That's not who I'm kind of, that kind of like, but my life depends on this. And I can't say enough about how grateful I am and that it's ongoing. I think my recovery journey and my spiritual journey will continue until I make my transition into non-physical. So I'm so grateful to have this time to share with you, and grateful for the opportunity. And if there's any questions, I would share my experience, strength, and hope again. Just from one person. And
That's fine.
thank you for being in my recovery.
Yay.